So I want to switch it up a little bit with a Warcraft 3 video, and somebody was hosting Direct Strike. There is no benefits to randoming as far as I know, and there's a cheese you can do with Undead that I wanted to show off in a previous video, but I never got the chance, so build a gold extractor right away. We got 30 seconds to decide if we want to try to contest middle with some units, or we want to tech up to try to cheese. I think we'll just tech up to try to cheese right away. Unfortunately, we're going to lose out on some gold income at the start, but there's no guarantees we would win the battle for middle anyways. And the point of this video, I guess, is just to limit test the cheese. See if they sent anything to middle. Looks like they did not send anything, so just one ghoul actually would have given us the 10 extra gold per 20 for me and my ally. But now we have the ability to make a shade, which we're just gonna build one shade, and then we're gonna upgrade our gold extractor in 15 seconds actually. And so yeah, we got our shade out, we got 2 gold extractors up, so we're getting that extra gold income, and we're gonna probably tech up next to Black Citadel maybe, so we can get early frost worms. I think that might be a good way to exploit this. And so yeah, here comes the shade, and the shade is just going to cross over middle. Looks like they're not even still trying to contest middle, which is a little bit weird. They now know we have a shade too, which is not ideal. They might not have been paying attention though. They might not have seen that. There's a good possibility that's the case. And yeah, I'm not really sure what red's doing exactly. Maybe he's just AFK. Because orange now has a hero plus a shaman, and we can tech up. Let's do that. We can't get another gold extractor, unfortunately. But yeah, since the shade crossed middle, we're getting the extra 10 gold per 20. It looks like yellow, is he gonna cross? He crossed middle. He's gonna die, but they're getting 10 extra gold per 20 for a little bit. Dark Ranger should definitely win this. So she got life drain too, yeah. She wins that pretty handily. Now let's see what red does. Please, red, can you do something? Can you not be like just straight AFK? There we go. Red's got some units out. He's got the warden. Now the question is, after red kills orange's hero, will red be able to control middle, even though I only have a shade out? Since I cross middle first, oh wait, let's get another gold extractor by the way, because we can. But yeah, since I crossed the middle first, and okay, the shade's crossing back over, they're still not getting the 10 extra gold per 20 though. And they're probably so confused right now. They're probably like, why is this happening? Like, why are we not getting the 10 extra gold per 20? Like, I crossed over middle, but since the shade was on this side, when they crossed over, it didn't matter. Like, they have to kill the shade. And so that's where the cheese comes in. Like, they have to have detect basically. Before they get any detection, I can just kind of worry about my income. Probably to save for another gold extractor, because I don't need to control middle any more than I already am, because like I am controlling middle right now. Yeah, he got another dryad, which that's not gonna help you, man. You need detection. You can see the 10 extra gold per 20 that we're getting, so we're getting 140 per 20. They're not getting I want to see what they got and type something in chat. I don't want to type anything because I want the reaction to be like, you know, I don't want to force a reaction, but yeah, so this shade, it follows them over too. That's the funny part. And it might actually, wait, is the shade going to be MVP here? It's going to actually continue controlling middle for us, even though the Tinker is going to cross over. Yes, the Tinker crossed over, but they're not getting the extra gold. I want to see how long it takes them to figure this out. Like, I'm not actually going to build anything until they can figure out like what's going on. Because right there, like the Tinker crossed over, they should have been getting the extra 10 gold. The shade's still not going to die here. We're going to start getting more shades. We're gonna start stacking up. I'm surprised nobody's said anything yet. Oh wow, the Dark Ranger just owned. My teammate hasn't said anything like, why are you not building units? The enemy has not said anything like, where's blue? Are you aware of what's happening? I'll just type that out. The suck or the income? The income. Then counter it, man. What are you doing? Like, you made the shade strat, yet you're not doing anything about it. You can't as Night Elf, no true sight. That's definitely not true. There's got to be a gem of true sight here probably. Oh, maybe not. All right, so this match was kind of just a limit test. I ended up stockpiling 2k gold before building a single unit, which normally you would never do that. I was able to see all of red's composition, so I massed Gargs, but that ended up being really bad into teal, who ended up massing bats. And what sucked about this whole thing is that orange already went some wyverns, which normally you never go wyverns in an orc versus orc matchup, but I think orange definitely was a bit new. Also, I don't like the Dark Ranger. Like, I never go Dark Ranger in this game just because she kind of falls off later. Like, yeah, she can charm, but heroes that have good AoE generally scale a lot better, whether it be like AoE damage, AoE buffs, whatever. The only reason why I bring up orange's hero is because I was doing a no hero strat where I give him all the XP just as kind of a test to see how that would play out, but since Dark Ranger is not one of the better heroes in my opinion, it didn't really work out that well. All right, so we got another match where I'm playing undead again, and I want to try to see if I can build a better unit composition, because last time I did not transition the cheese into a win. I usually always open with a unit no matter what. just in case the enemy does not open with anything. We get the free 10 extra gold per 20, and a ghoul is not bad to have. So yeah, it will delay the tech a little bit, but it might not actually matter. We have 100 seconds before we have to build our shade, and yeah, let's see if the ghoul, it should contest middle if there's a range unit here, at least for a little bit. But yeah, there's no enemy units at all, so we get that 10 extra gold per 20, which it's actually better this time around because we're playing 3v3. So that's 10 extra gold income for 2 players. One thing I will say that's a little bit strange that I've noticed is no one tries to control middle early. Like purple did not try at all, you just rush hero. Orange did actually go for a flying machine. Interesting. So we went for just something to control middle, but it looks like, unfortunately, since he put it too far back, I don't know why he put it back here. If he would have put it in the front, I think he would have been controlling middle right now. Yeah, we lose the 10 extra gold per 20 just because he positioned that thing not in the most ideal spot, and the grunt was able to cross over first. But yeah, so I teched up and we got the shade in play. The ghoul crossed over, so we're good on that. And yeah, red's hero crossover, but they're not getting it, and the shade's following him. I don't get this part though. I actually don't quite understand why they don't get the 10 extra gold per 20 here. Oh, we can get another gold extractor. There's some trigger with the map where like it only registers units crossing over the center line. It doesn't register like whose units are where. Maybe the map creator could elaborate more on that if they ever end up watching this video. Pin their comment. But yeah, so orange is kind of getting demolished here. He rushed tier 3, I guess, into knights, but he's getting owned by this dude's Farseer, giving that guy free XP. His flying machine is really not going to do anything, I think. I'm doing my strat though. This guy, okay, this guy's new. We can't lose this guy, there's no way. One does not simply rush 2 heroes. I got my 4th gold extractor though on the bright side. And yeah, I'm just gonna have to demolish this game. I don't know what beats human. Like I gotta kind of start theory crafting that. I feel like necromancer, maybe? Necromancer ghoul, although this guy is undead as well, which is not ideal. It means that this guy, if he goes spear walkers, he'll be able to disenchant. Oh, this guy's getting owned too, kinda. We're still getting the extra 10 gold per 20 though, because my shade. I'm carrying this so hard already, I'm not even doing anything yet. But yeah, how to beat human and orc. I don't think air this time, because the orc is gonna have bat riders. I think we're not going to get anything for this next spawn. We shouldn't need it necessarily. We're still getting the 10 extra gold per 20, by the way. Even though 2 players crossed over middle, the shade is just carrying us right now. It has not died. So even though my teammates are... Wait, 4 seconds? What is that? He's going to die in 2 seconds or something? Oh, I got TP'd out. I was on the map for like 2 gold income things. Okay, so this guy's going Banshees Ghouls, which that's a good strat. It's really good against Tauren because the Banshees, well, they're not upgraded, but they can possess Tauren. It's a pretty hard counter. I don't really know what you can do about that as Orc because your units are expensive. Banshees are 135. I think all Orcs units are more expensive than that. So if you just mass Banshees, they cannot possess air. So there's that. I guess the Orc players has to mass air. But yeah, as for what hero we get, we got to get a hero that counters human first, but then it does really well into Orc too. I know Lich tends to do really well in these games. Let's get a Frost Worm and a bomb as well. Maybe 2 bombs if possible. A lot of meat. Okay, we got 2 bombs out plus the Lich. Should be a pretty good opener here. And yeah, I have a lot of income right now because of the 4 gold extractors plus the constant... This guy's so bad. The XP for these heroes is shared between all of them, so you don't want 3 heroes or 2 heroes even near each other early on, especially. And like, they're not even that good in combat. Like, look at how they're getting owned by units. That's 1500 gold for nothing, basically. You just got owned and you just give my Lich XP. It's kind of bad though because my shade's gonna just sacrifice itself into this guy's tower. Purple looks like he should be able to own teal, assuming he does upgrade the Banshees to master. Oh, he got the master upgrade, the possession. They didn't even need mana for that. Yeah, it's pretty over, I think. I think when you have that hard of a counter, the guy's going Tauren into Banshees, like, there's no way, right? Yeah, I'm just try-harding this match because I can't have a repeat of the last one. Just 3 heroes, so I would go, I don't know, more tankiness into it. Could get a Banshee, a couple Banshees. Obsidian Statue could be good too. Just a mix of units is like the most ideal thing to do, I think, when you're not really trying to get upgrades. Okay, the guy's a couple guards. And I need an anti-magic shell against this guy's Griffins. If I can just get that on everyone though, the Griffins can't hurt anyone. And yeah, that's a hard counter right there. When in doubt, just mix units. Just do like a standard, you know, Warcraft composition and you're good. Dark Ritual, I wonder if that's what I want, or Frost Armor. I don't know if I can Frost Armor units that have anti-magic shield on. Or does it remove the anti-magic shield? I'm not really sure. But yeah, we're owning these guys. We almost got the tower down, which is great. And this dude is about to possess. there's really nothing teal can do at this point. It's honestly over for him, I think. I do think they should make Banshees cost like 200. I think they're too OP. Looks like I'm actually fighting teal this time around. And then I got possessed on my Banshees too, so I'm able to take control of his Tauren. Now the game is gonna kind of get to a point where it's gonna start taking, okay, nice AI on that, by the way. Don't death coil the Lich, death coil, I think the Shade. I do think meat wagons might be a good way to kind of end the game. Or maybe just more Banshees. If I'm gonna be fighting purple's opponent more, dude, look at the Banshees. So they're just too broken, man. I don't know. The map creator doesn't seem like he cares about balancing this too much anymore, which, you know, respect to him for making the map. That's all I'm gonna say about it. It's a fun map, don't get me wrong. Is it the most hyper competitive thing? Definitely not. Definitely has quite a bit of room for balance. But yeah, I got a destroyer, which I think can kill this guy's water elemental if he had that. I don't really pay attention to what this guy's got. But yeah, red is just, he's new. Nothing much else to say about that. This guy went a couple bats. So bats are kind of broken. That's why I did not just mass air this time. You can see I can transition the strat into a win. This game my teammate was a lot better. Not that my teammate was necessarily bad last game, but he just wasn't like crazy smart. Like he went wyverns after the enemy was already trying to counter my air with mass bats. Like that's not very smart. That's just my opinion, you know. Personally, when I see mass bats, my ideas that I get are not, you know, let's mass air into mass bats. The idea would probably be like mass headhunters. Like right now I see this guy's massing air, by the way. I will say I'm not too worried about that guy's air because it's just Dragonhawks. I feel like they don't do that much damage. Like their value is just not that good, I think. It might not even matter, like the game might be over soon. We're just kind of getting splash damage on their fortress. My Lich is still up, by the way. It's level 5 now. The Lich is just a solid hero all around. Like it never really fails to disappoint. It has Death and Decay at level 6. Like, yeah. Okay, it looks like this game's over. If it were to not be over though, like Crypt Fiends are just so expensive as a thing, but we could try because the bombs are just, and there's the GG. Oh, and it's over. GG. And yeah, how much gold earned? 5.9k, so that's 500 more about than everyone else. 400 than this guy. And my teammates were really greedy here as well. This guy's actually pretty close to me. He just massed gold extractors early as well, I guess. They weren't that effective there because the game was pretty short. It was only a 60-minute game. But yeah, wow, damage done by orange. 11k only. Me and purple just carried that so hard.